Yo, so what is good, everybody? We are back today with a brand new video, and as you see, we are doing a Kevin Durant career simulation. Honestly, one that I'm surprised we did not do already. He moved to Brooklyn, starting with a new, fresh beginning, and we're going to see if he can win some championships without the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, going to a Nets team that's pretty deep and has some heart, as you could have saw in the bubble. Not a bad team, plus they're adding Kyrie, who's a little bit of a head case sometimes, but we're going to see how it works out. Let's check out how year one goes. Luka Doncic ends up getting MVP, and I forgot to mention, boys, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. I hate to do that, but I just got to point it out because some people forget. But as you can see, so Luka Doncic gets MVP here in year one, and we're going to check out and see if KD healthy actually ends up getting on one of these all-NBA teams in year one, which I wouldn't be surprised. He's obviously one of the best scorers in the NBA. So NBA all-first team, and no all-NBA second team, but he does make the all-NBA third team. And what does that translate to win-wise? The third seed in the Eastern Conference at 51 wins. Not bad. 25.5 points per game for KD. And Kyrie honestly having a very good season as well. 24.6 points per game and distributing the ball pretty decent. With some solid seasons from Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, and even Garrett Temple, more of kind of role players for us as they're outside of our two big superstars, but we'll definitely take the production. Surprised to see 15 points per game out of Garrett Temple, in all honesty. So you see what our rotations are looking like here heading into the playoffs. We have Taurean Prince actually starting at the 4, working with a 4-star system proficiency, and in the first round we're up against a Philadelphia 76ers squad that's usually better in 2K than they are in real life, which hurts because obviously I'm a Sixers fan. And we get bounced here by the Sixers in 6 in year 1. Tragic scene, Embiid definitely doing his thing. Spencer Dinwiddie having a great game there, dropping 32. And another 27 from Kevin Durant. But we're going to have to watch the remainder of this playoffs from the sidelines and see just how this one actually ends up playing and who makes it to the championship. I see the Bucks here up against the LA Clippers. That's an interesting little series to have going on here. And let's see who ends up taking it. Will Giannis clutch up after a pretty bad season this year in the playoffs? And there you go. Giannis sweeps LA 4-2-0 and gets himself a finals MVP. Moving us on to year 2 of the sim. KD now up to 33 years old, still chilling at like a 94-95 overall. So not bad. And to look at our rotations here, my bad, a 96. I'm not really sure why Jeff Green is starting on this team at a 73. See if there's anybody maybe that I could kind of throw there. I don't like to do this, but I don't think that he should be playing. Put Rodness Karukos in the 4 position because he can shoot the ball a little bit as well, and that could kind of help around the rest of this team here. Rather not have Jeff Green's old washed self playing it. So we're going to see how year 2 goes. So in year 2, Luka gets himself yet another MVP here of the regular season, averaging just about a triple-double with 38 points per game, going crazy. The All-NBA third team there was an appearance from KD, and we come in as the second seed in the Eastern Conference with 54 wins, just behind the Boston Celtics. So not a bad season at all, boys. Let's kind of see what these stats were looking like, of course. So Kyrie actually leading the team in scoring 27.5. KD taking a little bit of a step back with 22.8 points per game. But as long as this is translating to wins, you can't really complain, man. So this is what our rotations are looking like heading into the playoffs. And this could be a very good year for this team, in all honesty. So let's see how it goes. We got a first-round matchup up against the Chicago Bulls, who added Lonzo Ball, apparently. And apparently that did not help them all that much as we knock them out in 5. Big games there from Kyrie and KD. Both above 30 points scoring, and KD actually did not miss a shot that game on 31 points. That's crazy. Second round up against the Atlanta Hawks, where we find ourselves in a Game 7. And of course, you don't like to go to Game 7s in these 2K Sims. We're in Simcast, and it's looking like they have the edge on us, but who knows what can happen, man. And with 53 seconds left, we take the lead, and it's back and forth. 35 seconds. 27. We might just have to hop into this one and see what happens. We have the ball up 1. KD throws up a prayer 3 with shot clock unplugged. The Hawks get the ball back with 1.6 seconds left on the shot clock with an opportunity to win this game. Obviously, another great game here for KD. So let's see just how this one plays out. Obviously, they're going to have to inbound it. DeAndre Hunter with the 3, and it is a brick. Your Brooklyn Nets are moving back to the Eastern Conference Finals after a tough fought win. Great game there by KD, to say the very least. Moving us to the Eastern Conference Finals up against the Toronto Raptors that apparently went back and signed Kawhi. They have Michael Carter-Williams at their one. And man, another Game 7 here. Not what you'd like to see. But I guess we're just going to have to rough it out and hope that we can do something. We have a pretty decent lead here. And that lead is diminishing as time goes on. Back and forth. 32 seconds left in. We're hopping in and seeing just how this one plays out. So with that, they go to the line. And that could potentially give them a 1-point lead if Kira Lewis hits both of his free throws here. 113 to 112 at the moment. These free throws are big, man, to say the very least here. So let's see. Does Kira Lewis hit both of these free throws? And he goes 2 for 2, making it a 1-point game. 114 to 113 with 29 seconds left on the shot clock here for Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets, boys. This is big time for big time players here, boys. Let's see what we can do. KD and the Nets getting the ball back here. KD obviously being the lead ball handler here. Driving in. Nice little floater layup. Putting us up 115 to 114. Shot clock unplugged. Both teams in the bonus here. And what is Kawhi Leonard going to do? A kind of weird, unorthodox move, but it gets the job done, putting them up 1 point. We're down 1 here. 10 seconds left on the clock. KD, top of the key. Not really sure if this is the best move, what he's doing here, but we'll see. And he throws up the 3, and with .2 left on the clock, KD drains the go-ahead 3, putting the Nets up by 2. Marc Gasol throws up the prayer, and that's all she wrote. A fantastic clutch moment by KD to win the Brooklyn Nets the Eastern Conference Finals and move us into the NBA Championship. How's it feel to lose on a shot, Raptors fans? You know, us Sixers fans have definitely felt that one. So we move to the finals here up against the Phoenix Suns. And if I'm going to be surprised, if I'm going to be honest, this team does not look like any of the last two that we just versed. I think this team is not ready to go head-to-head with us. But they do make it a series 3-2. We hop in, and we're up a very good amount of points here, over 30. And DeAndre Ayton down to Daniel Tice. Daniel Tice, brick. That is all she wrote. Your Brooklyn Nets are already NBA champions with KD clutching up 2 times in this sim for us, helping us get an NBA championship for the city of Brooklyn, baby. Definitely interested to see if I'm going to assume KD gets this finals MVP with all the work that we've seen he's put in and just how much he's went off already. And it's definitely nice to see him going and winning a championship without, of course, Steph and Clay. Because a lot of people said he would never be able to win a championship without them. So if this ever played out in real life, man, it would be an interesting story to say the very least. So let's look at the box score from that one and see just how it exactly played out. See who did good for the Suns and who did good for us. So DeAndre Ayton, their leading scorer, 22 and 15. Devin Booker kind of getting clamped up, 7 for 16 in that game, 2 for 8 from 3. Did not have the game that obviously the Suns would have hoped he would have in that spot. KD dropping 39 and 10 in that W. Let's see. Wow, Kyrie actually gets finals MVP, man. That's a little bit of a surprise to me in all honesty. But year 2, there you have it. We do get an NBA championship. Moving us into year 3 of the sim now. Not a bad squad yet again, so let's see how it goes. Another MVP season for Luka, and this year 36 points per game with a triple-double. This kid is something special to say the very least. Definitely interested to see how our Nets did this year and what's up with all of that, of course. And Kevin Durant does make the All-NBA third team. We come in as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, first round matchup up against the Bucks, who we actually beat fairly easily, so we will take that. Moving on to the second round, up against this Toronto Raptors squad with Kawhi. Obviously, no joke. We only won off of 1 final shot last time. This time, we end up taking them in 5, moving back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and Spencer Dinwiddie actually being the highest scorer on our team in that game, going crazy. So Eastern Conference Finals here up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's see how this one goes. Obviously, they're always a tough team to beat in 2K, and they did beat us early on, I believe in year 1. But we do knock them out in 5 right here. We will take that, of course, getting us to the finals up against the Pelicans. Joel Embiid having a good game there, but just not enough from them. Pelicans here, obviously a super good, super young squad here, and we're going to have to see if we can hold them, and wow, we go down 3-0. We get a game back, but they end up knocking us out in 5 as Zion gets himself a Finals MVP, dropping 40 points in that win. Wow. So, at least we made it back-to-back finals there, moving us into year 4 of the sim. Here in year 4, we have a 90 overall Kyrie and a 94 overall KD, and we actually have Davis Bertans as our starting power forward, which is not bad. Of course, he can help stretch the floor a lot. Luka Doncic gets yet another MVP here. And let's see, KD does make the All-NBA third team yet again, and so does Kyrie, actually, helping us get the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. KD coming in a little bit less than we would hope, maybe scoring-wise, just over that 20-point-per-game mark. But it is what it is. Of course, if it translates to wins, we do not care. And it looks like we added Cam Reddish at some point in this season, which has actually slid KD up to that power forward position, helping us get to a 4-star system proficiency. So I kind of want to look into that. Somehow they were able to sign Cam Reddish on a 1-year contract for super cheap. Not really sure why Cam Reddish would ever do that, but 2K is 2K. First round matchup, we knock out the Hawks with a super amount of ease, 4-2-0. Second round up against the Pistons and Anthony Edwards. And as fast as we 4-0 swept the Hawks, we get 4-0 swept by the Pistons with Malik Beasley actually being their leading scorer against us, which is kind of crazy to me. Boston Celtics in the finals here up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. See which one of these two teams actually ends up pulling it out here. And a back-and-forth series early on, and the Minnesota Timberwolves actually end up taking it in 6. Karl Anthony Towns getting a Finals MVP. Moving us on to year 5 of the sim. KD at a 91 overall, now 36 years old. That regression wall starting to hit him a little bit, so our playoff window is starting to close and close. So hopefully we can make a good run this year and maybe get him another chip. Cole Anthony here getting MVP. Nice refreshing thing to not see Luka. Of course, Luka's a GOAT, but let's give some other MVPs out, you know. But so let's see how this season ends up going. Looking at the standings, and wow, 29 and 53. Not a good season at all. KD putting up 21.8 points per game. Kyrie putting up 22.5, but just not enough to get it going. Thunder and the Bucks in the finals here. Thunder up 3-1. Of course, Cole Anthony, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Denny Avila all on that team. All fantastic potential young players taking it in 5. Cole Anthony getting Finals MVP and regular season MVP, both in year 5, moving us in to year 6, and now 88 overall. 37-year-old Kevin Durant. Of course, Kyrie still hanging in there, so is Karis LeVert. We still have Jarrett Allen. And KD's accolades are going crazy. A lot of accolades. A later season MVP for Giannis than maybe I expected. I expected Giannis to more or less be starting to fade away from being an MVP contender, but hey, we finished the number 5 seed this year, 50 wins, 32 losses. KD, you could tell, man, that age is starting to get to him. 18 points per game, coming in below that 20-point per game mark, which was almost unheard of for KD throughout his career. So we will see how this goes. He is starting at the small forward position for us still, of course. First round matchup up against the Detroit Pistons that did knock us out earlier in this sim. So we'll see if we are going to have the same fate or if we can clutch up this time. And wow, we only scored 82 points there in Game 4. Getting swept 4-0, man. Tough scene. Sixers in the finals here, who added Tyrell Terry and Kira Lewis, man. That's some good pieces for them to add. Up against the New Orleans Pelicans that added Bronny James to go alongside Zion and Brandon Ingram. They're actually starting Noah Vonleh, though. But hey, both teams have a very good shot at winning this. I feel like if the Sixers win, it will be thanks to kind of Embiid mismatching Noah Vonleh, and the Sixers end up taking it in 7 here. Ben Simmons getting Finals MVP. Moving us into year 7 here, a now 38-year-old Kevin Durant hanging in there at an 84 overall. And our system proficiency and all of that, let's hop into what our rotations are looking like. So KD is actually still starting on the team, alongside Kyrie, Josh Green, Allen Barber, and Jarrett Allen. Bronny getting another, I think this is his second, I believe, his second MVP, maybe his first, I kind of forget already. Looking at the standings, we do miss playoffs with only 37 wins on the season. KD, 14.6 points per game, man. That old age is getting to him. Pistons versus the Warriors in the championship. We know that Pistons team is some dogs, and the Warriors come back from a 3-1 deficit there, man, to clutch up. RJ Barrett leaving the Knicks and having some success, moving us in to year 8, or season 8 of the sim, however you want to go about it. Looking at our team, KD coming off the bench, 80 overall in that 8th man spot, getting about 20 minutes a game, so not bad for his age. I think he's 38 or 39 at this point, so not bad. Bronny gets another MVP, so at least back-to-back ones if I was wrong earlier. Standings, we finish right outside of the playoffs. We need 42 wins to make playoffs, and we come in at 41. Kyrie's still putting up very good numbers at this point. Pelicans versus the Cavaliers here in the finals, and the Cavs end up bringing another championship home to the city of Cleveland. And here we are now at the end of KD's career, Hall of Fame inductee of the year 2028, alongside his former teammate Russell Westbrook. And wow, would you look at that? KD gets his jersey retired by the Thunder, but I'm feeling some type of way if they didn't also retire Russ's jersey, man. I feel like Russ, honestly was more of maybe an OKC guy, considering he actually stayed with the team and did not make a coward move to the Warriors like KD did. But hey, that's up to your own opinion, of course. I think they should have retired his jersey. KD coming up very high on a lot of these, and as always, I'm just going to let it roll, boys. If you made it this far throughout the video, I would very much appreciate if you comment GOAT, G-O-A-T, all capitals down below, so I know you are a true Bean Squad supporter and watched all the way through, so I can show you some love for doing so down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys want next, and of course, Bean out. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.